Hey y'all, welcome to the Crafty Cove. My name's Missy. Today I have 5 DIYs for you, and this is part of the 5 under $5 challenge that myself and Emily at Farm Charm Chic put on every month. We're going to talk about that in just a little while. This month's theme is Farmhouse, and our new co-host for this month is Shannon from Shannon's Crafty DIYs. So again, we'll talk about that in just a little while, but for right now, we are going to get right into these farmhouse DIYs. DIY number 1. For this first DIY, I just went to the Dollar Tree and got one of their little blocks, wood blocks that are in the crafter's square. And of course, the first thing we're going to do is remove the sticker. That thing came off so easy. Next, we're going to take some sheepskin chalk paint from Home Decor, I believe is what it's called. This is a plaid product and I love it. This color is one of my favorite colors, especially when it comes to the farmhouse style. So we're just going to paint this entire block, all sides of the block. Next, we are going to take one of the farmers market calendars from last year and we are going to cut off 6 of the pictures on the back. These fit perfectly on this little wood block here, and I love how it looks. It makes so many different looks. So we're going to take off those 6 pieces and we are going to just cut each and every one of them out. And what I like about this is you can turn this block to a different side for different seasons or just different when you redo your tiered tray. I love how this turns out. After we get all of those cut out, we are just going to take some Mod Podge, stick it right on there, and we are going to adhere a picture to each side. After we get the Mod Podge on there and we get it all smoothed down really nicely, we're just going to do another coat of Mod Podge. Before you move on to the next side, make sure that it dries pretty well. Again, same thing on all, I believe it's 6 sides, all 6 sides, Mod Podge, put our picture down, and more Mod Podge on. After we get them all Mod Podged, we are going to take some Waverly Antique Wax and just a dry brush and go around it. I'm painting it on, just kind of feathering it and then wiping it off with my baby wipe. This just gives it that distressed look, and I think this turns out so adorable. Just a super simple project to add to your tier trays or just as decoration anywhere in your home for such a small price. And this is how it turned out. I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did. I think it's so cute. So again, today we are doing the 5 under $5 challenge that Emily at Farm Charm Chic and I put on every single month. There will be a link in the description box for the playlist. Make sure you go and check out all these channels. These ladies are amazing and put so much work into this every month, and we are so thankful for them. And thank you to Shannon for being our guest host this month. Okay, y'all, right into it. DIY number 2. We're taking one of these little nautical houses that I found in the summertime at the Dollar Tree. First thing I'm going to do is remove the little emblem there. It's actually just a sticker. And then we are going to take off that edging, the rooftop right there. And I try to peel this paper off. It does not work, so I just flip it over. I don't show in the video. Later I do cover all of that with some craft paper. So on the other side, we just take off that sticker. And then we are going to take some Hobby Lobby scrapbook paper. I absolutely love this paper. It's just like different words for home, and it is beautiful. So we're just going to trace out our little house, and then we are going to cut that out of the scrapbook paper. This is such a super simple project, y'all. $1. I mean, I'm sure everyone has, all crafters have scrapbook paper laying around, or even material. It could be a gift bag, anything like that you just have laying around, and you can use it to make decor from the dollar store just more beautiful than it already is. So now we're going to take some Mod Podge and we are going to just Mod Podge our paper right on there. I use my brayer here from my Cricut just to make sure that there's no bubbles or creases or anything like that. Then I put a layer of Mod Podge on top, and now I'm using my dryer to dry that. Now I'm just taking my hand sander and just going around the edges. Again, I do cover up the back. I just don't show it in this video. I apologize for that. This is the closest cut I can ever get, and that's why I love doing this little technique here. Next, we're going to go ahead and glue our rooftop on. We just left that the brown that it already was. Now we're going to take some, this I got from Hobby Lobby. It is in the wedding section, and it's just a little garland, leafy garland, and I take it and fold it over like on itself, round it out about 3 times, and then cut it off. I'm just making a little wreath here. And once we get that wreath cut, you don't even have to really secure it to itself. If you just wrap that wire around itself, it secures. So, and then we are going to take some hot glue and we are just going to glue that right there in the middle of our house. Again, this is one of my favorites. I absolutely love this project. After we do that, we are going to take some twine and we are going to take 2 little black and white, no, we take 4 altogether. But on each side, for this side, I'm taking a black bead and a white bead, and I'm just going to string my twine through it. These were hard to get through. I got these off Amazon, and I will try to leave the link in the comment, but some of the holes were not opened up very well. So after I get the first 2 through there and thread it onto the twine, now I'm just going to make a little bow, just a little simple shoestring bow right there in the twine. You can see me having major trouble getting those in. Just make a simple shoestring bow right there. And now we're going to thread 2 more on the other side. Don't show me struggling the entire time to get the other side done, because the other side I just could not find a white bead that had enough of a hole. I do go ahead and cut off my twine on that one side and triple knot that just to make sure that the beads will not fall off. And now we are going to put those other beads. We got those other beads on there apparently. And now we're just going to glue it right there to the center of our wreath, cut off our excess, and that's it. How simple. And I absolutely love how this turned out. So if y'all are new to my channel, I just want to say welcome if you're coming from one of the other channels in the playlist. If you like home decor on a budget, Dollar Tree, thrift flips, things like that, then stick around. I hope you like what you see. You can also support my channel if you'd like by buying me a coffee. My link will be in the description box. DIY number 3. This is another super simple one, and this is a thrift flip. I got this little lantern at the Goodwill. It was $2.98. And while it is very pretty galvanized, I just wanted to up my game a little bit with this. So what I did is I just took a baby wipe and cleaned this thoroughly, because believe me, it was a mess. The next thing I do is I take mineral chalk paint by Waverly, and we do 2 good coats on this entire lantern. The only things we don't coat with this color are the rim right there around the top and the handle. And we do not get, you'll see in just a minute, there are some like pig cutouts, and the pig cutouts have like a screen on the back of them. We don't paint that either. See right there, it's got that little cutout and there's like a screen on the back. I don't worry about painting those because I want those to stay just like they are. After we get 2 good coats, I try to wet distress this with a baby wipe, but because I did 2 coats, it was so hard. Oh no, that's not what we do. I'm so sorry. We'll get to that soon. I guess we go ahead and paint this rim. We do this with white Waverly chalk paint, and we do the same exact thing with the handle. You just see me taking my time with a smaller brush just so I didn't have to tape everything off. Y'all know I'm a messy crafter, but I did an actual pretty good job on this. I was pretty proud of it. So again, after that rim is done, we just do the handle, and we do the outside part of the handle and the inside part of the handle. You see that right there. Now we are going to start trying to wet distress. This was so hard because I got those 2 coats of paint. They did not want to come off. So instead, well, I guess I'm going to show you me trying to wet distress this for a few minutes, at least a minute. It was just so hard to get that paint to come off. So now I decide just to take the end of one of these foam brushes from the Dollar Tree and start scraping it off. It actually turns out really cute. I think if I hadn't have done so many coats of paint, you know, then I believe it would have wet distressed just fine. But have no fear, this is crafting. Everything's not perfect, and we do what we have to do. So now we're going to take one of these little stencil brushes from the Dollar Tree, and we are just going to start distressing with our white chalk paint. I do this a little heavier on the top than what I do on the sides, but I do go down and do all of the sides. Every part of this lantern gets a little bit of distressing. Y'all know it would not be my channel really if there wasn't at least one distressed thing in my video. Y'all make sure you let me know in the comments after you watch the video, what was your favorite DIY? Do you like the farmhouse for this time of year? I know everyone's focusing on fall, and I did have just do my first fall video, and I will link that up here in the cards. You could go watch that if you'd like. But would you like kind of a combination of the farmhouse and the fall, or do you think let's just move right into fall and do all the fall? Y'all let me know, because I want to make sure that my content is what you all want to see. And that's it, y'all. I just it's got a little candle inside there that came with it. I just put some batteries in it, put some greenery around the bottom, and tied a little bow around the top. I think it turned out super, super cute. DIY number 4. Don't forget, this is 5 DIYs under $5. So for this one, I take 2 of the glass candlesticks from the Dollar Tree. I apologize that you did not see me painting the first one, but you all know glass is hard to paint. I have to go over these with 3 good coats. So that's why I guess I wasn't actually filming when I did the first one. So 3 good coats of this. Make sure you dry well between each coat. Now we are taking some of these beads that I got out of a $5 grab bag at Michael's, and I am just starting to glue these all around. I do this to 2 of these Dollar Tree picture frames, both exactly the same. Just glue our beads all the way around. I'm just trying to mimic farmhouse beads here. Of course, they won't stay this color, y'all. Now we're going to take our white acrylic paint from Apple Barrel, and we are just going to paint over all of this. We are getting the chalkboard, the wood part of the chalkboard, the frame, and all of the beads. Do the same exact thing to your other one. There's no difference in either one of these. These beads weren't too complicated to coat, but I did have to do 2 good coats of this. We're leaving our chalkboard just as it is. We're not doing anything to that. Now I've lost footage here. I did take some gold accent color, and I went over the beads, and I also went over the indentations in the candlesticks. I apologize for losing that footage. Now we are just taking 2 small clothespins from the Dollar Tree Crafter Square section, and we are gluing them right to each of the chalkboards. Again, y'all know I'm the messy crafter. Sorry about my mess. I really am trying to work on that, y'all. After we do that, we are just taking regular hot glue and gluing these on top of our candlesticks. Now, if I were you, I would definitely use another kind of glue and the hot glue, because I did have to glue these a couple times. E6000, anything like that, plus the hot glue should do a really good hold. But this is what they turned out like. I just took 2 of those inserts from the back of the calendar again, cut them out. Y'all don't forget, you can find me on Instagram also. Okay, disclaimer here. This is actually one of my very first videos that I ever put out, coming up right here on my YouTube channel, DIY number 5. So that is why we've got the blocks on the sides, and I totally apologize for that. But this was one of my favorites that I ever did, and I wanted to bring this to you all. So I just got one of those wreath hangers from the Dollar Tree and one of the welcome windmills that hang. I took off the hanging chain, and I'm going to save that because we will be using that later. There's a little hook on the back of these little windmills, and all we're going to do is hook that right there on that part of the wreath frame. We also go ahead, and I kind of pushed it up a little bit with my little wire pliers there, and then we are going to, like I said, hook that right on there, and then we take some hot glue just to make sure we've got a good hold. So I'm going to hot glue right there behind that where the hook is. And then I'm also going to hot glue down there where the welcome sign is to glue that also to our frame. Not frame, whatever that is. And now we're going to take some gunmetal paint from Craft Smart, I believe it is, and we are painting this entire piece. We're painting the wreath hanger, the windmill, the welcome sign. Everything is getting a coat of this paint. Again, please forgive me for the way this video looks, y'all. It was one of my first, and again, I just love this project so much I had to show it to you guys. So now we're taking some copper acrylic paint, and we are taking a baby wipe, and we're just going to start dabbing all over the welcome sign and the windmill blades. And what this does, it just gives us that faux rust look. I absolutely, again, I've said it twice now, this is one of my favorite projects that I have ever done. And for those who hadn't seen my earlier videos, I wanted to make sure I could get this in for y'all. And this only cost me $2, and it's beautiful. Look at that copper and the rust effect that it gives. I am in love with that. Now we're taking more of that gunmetal acrylic paint, and we're just going to paint one of those little planks that you get. You can either get these at the Dollar Tree or at Walmart. They come in a pack, and we do both sides of this, front and back, because we are making a sign for our windmill, but it is also going to be a reversible sign. Now we're just taking more of that copper. We're going to distress with that all over on both sides. Now we're going to take our finger sander, just start distressing just along the edges there, and then we go on into the middle and kind of, it just blends all that together and gives it a more cohesive look, and I love how it turned out. Now here in a minute, we're going to switch from these little sidebars here, and this is the first time I do believe that I ever got my angle right. So get ready for that. But first we're going to take these chains, and it's actually only one chain. I just took it apart and made two little chains, and we're going to paint those again with our gunmetal. Next, we're going to drill 2 holes into our little wood plank there, and that's just because we're going to hang that. We're going to put our little chains in there and then hang that from our actual windmill sign, which you'll see in just a minute. But I just used a little drill and drilled 2 little holes in there, and they fit perfectly. I was so excited. The next thing I did, I went ahead and made 2 decals, and I'm going to show you both of those. I cannot talk today, y'all. Here's where we go to the right angle. I don't know what happened. But anyway, the first side is going to say Nethery Homestead, established 1993, which is the year that I got married. I have been married to my wonderful, amazing husband for 28 years. Now remember, our windmill says welcome. So on the other side, I put ish. Depends on who you are. So that's supposed to mean welcome-ish. Depends on who you are. I just thought that was a cute little saying. And because it's reversible here, I'm showing you Nethery Homestead and then the ish on the back. And that way you can turn it around however you want it. I absolutely love how this turned out. I know the video quality is not great, but I wanted to bring this to you all and show you $2 from the Dollar Tree. You can make beautiful home decor, and not just that, you can personalize it. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. Again, sorry about the bad video quality. I know my subscribers well enough that they're not going to hold that against me. So now we're going to go into our final reveal. I had such a blast. I always love doing the 5 under $5 challenge because I am one of those people who likes to make my own home decor, and I like to let others know that you can do it also, and it does not have to cost you an arm and a leg. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to visit Emily and Shannon and to visit that playlist. You will not be disappointed. All of these crafters are amazing. Thanks for watching. Y'all come back now. You hear?